We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant, because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation.
Brittany Renner is a train wreck. You know, she represents a lot of the young people of today's generation and the way that they view relationships and the way that they view life, the way that they view partnership, friendship, just so many different things. Everything is a joke. You have to be seen with everything. Everything has to be online. You have to tell your business. And Brittany Renner is one of these women that's like a digital child, social media child. You know, she broadcasts her whole life of her being a garden tool and how many the men she was running around sleeping with, and tried to act like it was cool. Thought it was was a badge of honor to be a garden tool and to frisbee the coochie around, right? So at some point in her life, she had a baby by PJ Washington, who she was older than, the basketball player. They had a baby. She made videos about how to get over on these athletes and entertainers. But at the same time, at some point, she realized that she was actually playing herself. She was actually giving her body to these guys, and you was the one really losing, not them, right? So then she embraced Islam, right? And she started to talk about her self-worth and start talking about the connection that she would like to have with a man, and how sex would be better when she has a mental connection other than just a physical connection. And she started to really use words and started to act like she wanted to take responsibility for her behavior and take accountability for her actions. This is what she was taught. This is the way she was talking. So she embraced Islam. She came on with the full gear. She was talking all the good talk, and she was talking like this.
I didn't understand my value, and they were just mirroring back that lack of knowing.
Yeah.
I can't blame them for taking advantage. It was like I marked myself for clearance, and it was me trying to connect. Like, sex is better when there's meaning, when there's substance, when there's an understanding, when you have to work for it. Like, what are we doing? Sex without love or some type of bond is just exercise, And when I took a step back and really started asking myself, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't feel good. How can I change this? So that really was for me like an eye-opener, just not feeling good about myself after.
And how did you change it? Or how will you change it?
I've been on strikes since October.
This generation is full of unaccountability, full of it. You have a big gender war and gender divide on social media where everybody likes to tell their business. But one thing I've noticed is in this gender divide, you have a lot of women that's unaccountable and a lot of men that's unaccountable. I've yet to see people really take full accountability for who they like to sleep with, right? And when things go bad, you say, hey, this is what I chose. The men and the women. This is what I chose. I think if we done that, it wouldn't be that much of a gender divide. We would see that we both dysfunctional and know that we both have to do work in order to fix things, right? Because when you hear Brittany Renner talking like this, you saw Brittany Renner exhibiting behaviors that look like this.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Renner, and I'm here with the one and only Kevin Gates. How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you inspire me. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Let me tell you something. So my first Rolling Loud I did in 2019 is when I first saw you. Yeah. And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now.
So that brings Kevin Gates into the picture. Y'all know Kevin Gates, the rapper. Y'all know Kevin Gates, who looks kind of sugary. The guy that looks like he has some sugar in his tank, but always trying to be tough, trying to create the image of something that he's not, right? The one that was married to Dreka, right? And him and Dreka, was having their shows, and a lot of people was following him. But then he started taking Dreka through a whole lot of problems, right? But again, Dreka, this is who you chose. This is who you hit your wagon to, right? And, they would have their issues. He would go to jail, and a lot of people were saying that Dreka cheated on him while he was in prison. And he alluded to that in his raps, and they had all that kind of issues with Dreka. She was online really talking like this.
there's just so much magic in releasing and then coming back and refilling that space with something with love and something that also serves like a purpose. Because, you know, like a lot of times we'll hold on to things, hold on to people, hold on to situations that really don't even serve us anymore. Maybe like at one point in time they did, but we were holding on to it and we never let go of it. And it just like, it actually prevents us from being able to receive the things that do serve us and will serve us that will serve us like a great deal and will actually probably propel us to the next level, you know? So I feel that without the releasing that we do, it literally prevents us from
Man, I know it's watermelon man.
Tell you in, Mr. Watermelon Man. So watermelon man.
Coconut road. Just saying,
With
this
the
is my
black
time.
seeds in it, actual seeds.
You tell them what it is, baby.
I got a new
Got a
one.
watermelon man, baby. The one and only.
I had to get a ride back home because I had too much stuff. Another beautiful day.
Kevin Gates, under fire from a lot of those things, he responded by saying this.
Spirit have been calling me to speak on this topic. I wasn't even gonna speak on this, but this is like dead serious right now. And I know who need to hear this. You. Don't never let nobody tell you you need to go back to a situation that wasn't serving you if they wasn't there to see the situation and how it was playing out. So when somebody tell me, man, you need to go back and do this and go back and do that, I was on drugs. My skin wasn't glowing. I wasn't working out. I was unhealthy. I was depressed. I wasn't happy. My cameraman told me something that made me, I said, man, send me a picture with my mouth closed. He say, it's hard, bro, because you just been smiling so much lately. I'm happy. On the inside. On the inside, I'm happy. Because I'm close to God. The closer you get to God, the more you have. The further away you get from God, the less you have. So I don't care what man say. Man don't make, hey, my creator woke me up. My creator is pleased with me. I did the right thing in the eyes of God. So fuck who don't like how I'm living right now. And fuck who don't like how you living. Do what serves you. And you owe nobody no explanation for being great. We in the great divide. You either vibrate low or you choose to vibrate high.
So with all the turmoil and trouble, they end up breaking up. Now, I think that they're still legally married, right? But they're separated. They're not together. And Kevin Gates was dating all kinds of different women, women leaving all kinds of nasty messages on his phone because he was just running through women and not staying with them, right? But Brittany Renner, she's talking about she wants to change her life. She embraced Islam and she knows her self-worth and she's looking to do better. But the man that you chose was Kevin Gates, a man that's still married, a man that's known for being a philanderer, just running around doing him, right? Why would you choose a man like Kevin Gates? Now, this is what we do as younger people and older people. You take no responsibility, right? You choose mates that you know that's not going to work, that you know that's not right for you because it feels good to you, but you know it's not good for you. And when things go wrong, you blame everybody but yourself. I see men do it. I see women do it. So now she's allegedly chose to be married to Kevin Gates. Why would you marry Kevin Gates? Why? Right? Knowing after all the things that you come through and you're still in the cameras, you're still in the limelight, you're still looking for all that gratification or you're still looking for people to praise you, right? You still want to be known. You still want to be seen. So you go pick a mate like a Kevin Gates. Why? Why? Right? And then you get online, you got Kevin Gates standing behind you, you talking like this.
So Islam has made my life better in every single category. And like my husband says, the closer you get to God, the more you get. And literally in every category of my life, I mean, dreams happen, like miracles happen once in a while every day, you know, so it's been really beautiful. It's changed my life. It's for the better.
I'd love to hear that. I mean, of course, Kevin is here supporting you tonight. How does it feel to have him stand behind you, and what is it about him that you were like, he's the one for me?
his name echoes in every chamber of my heart. And I don't, it's hard to describe a love like that. All I can say is that I'm with the person that I quite literally dreamed of. And to be able to just wake up next to him and spend time with him, even to have him here behind me, it's like so surreal. I'm like, oh my God, I love him! So yeah, he's just the most beautiful person inside and out that I've ever met. And I'm just so thankful that Allah blessed me with him.
So now, in recent events, we find out that you and Kevin Gates is only married for 52 days. At some point, it didn't work out, which we all knew what would happen. We all knew that it wouldn't work out because we knew that y'all wouldn't be a match made in heaven because Kevin Gates got things that he needs to clean up. You got things that you need to clean up. It was a good little rendezvous. Y'all had some fun for a couple days. He boat raced them cheeks. But right after that, when y'all had to actually be in a relationship, when y'all had to actually make it work, when y'all had to actually sacrifice and be committed to each other, neither one of y'all are able to do it. It's not going to work. So now she's doing an interview at the BET Awards. I don't know why she's at the BET Awards. What are you there for, right? At the BET Awards, she's being interviewed, and the interviewer is asking her about her and Kevin. And she's saying that we've been divorced and we've been separated for some time now. And there's a 90-day period where they have to wait to see if they can reconcile or see if they can get back together, right? So now the internet is in a frenzy and everybody's talking about it, right? The infamous interview that she did. Let's check that interview out.
I mean, first of all, Kevin's the best. You got to keep her. He's a great guy. Very, very, very. Is he still? Are you guys? Is he going? Did you release his semen retention?
Okay, first of all, you guys like 3 questions. So
okay, well, first things first. He was doing semen retention last time I saw him. Has the retention been lifted?
Okay, well, that's a question you would have to ask him.
Okay.
But we got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and, things changing, right. Honestly, it's I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah, I feel like you've always been, I think anybody who ever speaks with you or listens to your long-form conversations will have, I feel like you have your misconceptions because obviously you're in tabloids, you're on wives, you're online.
Yeah.
People make their assumptions about you and who you are, but I feel like anybody who's ever heard you speak and articulate yourself knows that you have a great head on your shoulders and you're not something, you know what I'm saying? So, damn, so the divorce was a week ago. Damn, that sucks.
Many plan, but Allah is the best of planners. So I don't question that, and I don't feel like it's a sucky situation because what is meant to be is always going to be,
So you guys end up divorced, and now there's a 90-day cool-off period if it reconciles, or you happen to be with child.
No, I'm not with child.
You're not? Okay.
No.
I don't know. That's what you said.
No, I'm saying that's what the time period is for. Yeah.
That's
why that's in place for that. So it's so basically if you were to, divorce and then he's like, oh, it's not mine. So there's the 3 cycles. That's kind of why it's 90 days. 3 cycles.
I can imagine being who you are, how much courage and how much it takes for you to step out publicly with somebody. Are you good?
All is truly well. I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. I don't know. I could just
imagine.
No,
if I wasn't okay, like I said, I would.
Because I know you I feel like you stepping out publicly with somebody is huge for you personally, as for anybody, but you're a public figure, and
yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say. And I think
I'll say this, something that I always say. Relationships is not something that's promised to you like life or death. It's something that you got to fight for. It's something that you have to be committed to. It's something that you have to sacrifice for. There's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs, there's a whole lot of things that go on in relationships. And a lot of you people out there, y'all play too much with relationships. You know the funny thing is, a lot of y'all out there don't want to be married, right? But you still want to have sex. You don't want to be married. You can't get along enough to stay married at all. But you think that you're going to have sex and co-parent. But when you look around, you see a lot of guys disgruntled, right? Because the mother won't let them see the kids, or the mother operate as if they just her kids and your paycheck. Because a lot of y'all can't co-parent because you don't get along. You come together to have sex, though. So what we have to do is we have to do self-reflection and self-reevaluation of ourselves as a people. The way we view ourselves, the way we view other people, and the way we view our relationships. How we choose partners, how we choose mates. Who you sleep with is your politics. All that stuff has to matter, right? Because what you see is this. People making a mockery of marriage. People making a mockery of relationships. People making a mockery of themselves. This is not funny. And then you see young people say, see, that's why I'm not getting married. No, you're not getting married because you're not disciplined or mature enough. You've never been raised to be disciplined or mature enough. But you're still going to go out there and have sex, though. And you're going to bring unwanted children into the world. Right? And these are the things that go on. So it's not just about Brittany Renner or Kevin Gates. These are just symptoms of a bigger problem. Right? And when you see these people on, so everything is a joke. Everything is social media, right? Y'all remember when Kevin Gates, he came online about a month ago, and he disrespected Savannah James, and he disrespected LeBron, right? But LeBron James and Savannah have been together since high school, all the way out through his career. Now, if they had issues, they kept it under the table. It's not everybody's business. She never came out and embarrassed him, or she never came out and embarrassed herself. She ain't known for having her butt tooted up in the air by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. She ain't known for that like Brittany Renner is. She's not seeking attention, right? They're not telling the world all of their business. No. But he decided to come after them, right? And disrespect that woman. But he can't even keep a woman for 5 minutes. He don't even respect himself enough to be with the woman he put his children into. No, everything is a joke. You run around here slinging from bed to bed to bed, looking for what? Some type of love or affection that don't exist? Some type of miracle love? And that's what's wrong with this, a lot of people. But then it's everybody else's fault but their own. It's everybody's fault but their own. And what you see when this stuff happens, everybody goes right into a gender divide, right? And nobody's in the middle saying both of y'all are crazy. Both of y'all are crazy. But that's the community. That's the Brittany Renners of the world, the Kevin Gates of the world, and a lot of y'all see yourselves in them. Or a lot of y'all are very judgmental, but you're just like them. You're just like them. You're no different than Brittany Renner. A lot of you women out here, you're no different than Brittany Renner. You live in the same, you damn near want to live the same life, or you live in the same life, just not in the cameras. A lot of you are doing the same thing Kevin Gates is doing. And it's everybody else's fault but your own. And that's why you can't fix nothing. That's why marriage today is a joke. And the problem with marriage being a joke, the problem with you guys out there disrespecting marriage, because you're still going to have sex and make babies. And you're incapable of co-parenting because you don't get along. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. The reason why you can't disrespect marriage, because you guys come together, you're still going to have sex, but you don't get along. You can't co-parent. You're not friends. Y'all don't respect each other. So now when you see this kind of stuff, so George, what is all that stuff you say got to do with Brittany Renner? It has everything to do, because it's the behaviors that we do. It's all a part of the behavior. Everybody just doing what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, no accountability. And then you people watch these people and you emulate it. It's the same as Papoose and Remy Ma. It's the same thing. Stop emulating these people. Be your own person, man. This woman is trying to find herself some way, but she's making all the worst decisions in the world and trying to find herself and mates. And I end it here. You have to reevaluate the things that you think is cool, the things you think is sexy, the things you think is entertaining. A lot of those things have to stop in order for you to obtain, maintain, and sustain a great relationships. Because the way you've been conditioned and trained to believe what was cool, all that has to die and go away. because it will destroy your relationships. So I'm speaking to you out there and using this video as the catalyst to get through to you. So if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time.